everyone. My name is Libby Chauhan. I'm an assistant professor in Gyan Vihar School of Pharmacy. That is a part of the Suresh Gyan Vihar University, Jaipur. So today we are going to discuss the carbonyl compound, aldehydes, carbonyl compound that covers your aldehydes and ketones. And this comes in your pharmaceutical organic chemistry first. That is in your second semester in B Pharmacy. So today's learning objective is that today we are going to study about the chemical reactions of aldehyde, and also we are going chemical reaction of aldehyde from the addition reaction. So here we are going to study this aldehyde from the addition reaction, as well as we are also going to study about the chemical reaction of aldehydes due to addition reaction that is followed by the elimination reaction. It means in the first, the aldehyde, in the aldehyde there is a addition reaction, means there is some reagent that is adding, or any atom or group is adding to this aldehyde. That chemical reaction is going to happen. Secondly, the chemical reactions of aldehyde due to the addition reaction that is followed by the elimination, means there is an addition but there is elimination also. Thirdly, we are also going to study about the chemical reactions of aldehyde due to your reduction and oxidation. So the reactions, that the chemical reactions of aldehyde in the chemical reaction, there is reduction or oxidation also. When this aldehyde is reacting or with reducing, there is some product is formed, and when this aldehyde chemically reacting with other reagent or oxidizing with some KMNO4 like, then they are oxidizing and they are producing some product. So here these are the learning objective and the student outcome. So they will be going to know about your aldehydes are chemically reacting, that is the aldehydes are chemically reacting with the other reagents, and they are also forming different products from this chemical reaction. And by this different type of reactions and mechanism, means there different type of reactions are happening that that follows this addition reaction, or followed by your elimination reaction, or reduction, or your oxidation is happening. And the mechanism of also of this chemical reactions of this aldehyde and ketones. So these are the learning objectives and the student outcomes of this unit, the carbonyl, today's lecture. So let's start our topic, that is the chemical properties of your aldehyde. So here the chemical properties of your aldehyde, the slightly positive carbon atom in the carbonyl group can be attacked by a nucleophile, and a nucleophile is negatively charged ion, for example a cyanide ion or a slightly negatively charged part of a molecule. Some of the important reactions of aldehydes are given below. So here in next slide, we are going to study about the important chemical reactions of this aldehyde. So the slightly positive carbon atom in the carbonyl group, as in the last few lecture videos, you have studied that. In that videos we have already studied. I have already discussed about that the carbonyl. In the carbonyl, the carbon is slightly positive and the oxygen is slightly negative, because the oxygen is your negatively charged electronegative atom. That is why it withdraw electron from the carbon atom, and the carbon present in the carbonyl group that shows a slightly positive charge. This slightly positive charge can be attacked by a nucleophile, means the nucleophile is your electron donating. This nucleophile has a property that it can donate electrons to the electron deficient atom. So here this nucleophile is a negatively charged ion which is going to donate electron to this carbon and form a bond there. For example, a cyanide ion. This cyanide ion is a negatively charged and it is having an electron, and it has a capability to donate its electron or a slightly negative charged part of a molecule. So it is having a slightly negative charged part of a molecule, and the reactions of these aldehydes are given next. So the first is your addition reaction. So this is the first type of addition reaction. So in this, during the reaction, the carbon oxygen double bond get broken. The net effect of all this is that the carbonyl group undergoes addition reaction. So in the first reaction, in this, the carbon double bond is going to be broken, And the net effect of all this is that the carbonyl group, there will be an addition reaction, means there is the addition of something or some reagent that to whom this aldehyde is reacting, that will add to this carbon oxygen. When this bond gets broken, this pi bond gets broken, then this species will get added to this carbon compound. So here the first reaction is your addition of your sodium bisulfite. So in this, the aldehyde add on sodium hydrogen sulfide to form bisulfite compound. So when this aldehyde is adding, when there is an addition of the sodium hydrogen sulfide on this carbonyl compound, or you can say this aldehyde, then there is a formation of a bisulfite compound. So here you can see this is your carbonyl compound, this is the aldehyde, and when the aldehyde, the sodium hydrogen sulfate is added to this, then this bond is broken, gets broken, and here there is a formation of this SO3Na. So from this NaHSO3, you will see that this will break into the two parts, that it will dissociate into the two parts, that the H portion, that H will get the positive, H will be acting as a proton or your electrophile, and this NaSO3 will act as a nucleophile. That is, it is having a capability to donate electron. And when this bond gets broken, then oxygen will get the slightly negative charge, and the carbon will get the slightly positive charge. So this negative species, this nucleophile, will attack to this carbon atom, and there is a formation of this bond. So this product will be formed. This is your bisulfide product. So when this negative species of this nucleophile will attack to this carbon, there is a formation of this bond. A new bond is formed. So this is the bond, and this H positive, which is your electrophile, will get attacked to the oxygen species. That is, your oxygen is having a negative. So there is a formation of this, or you can say this salt is formed here. So third, the formed bisulfite compound are hydroxysulfonic acid salt. This is your salt because it is having a sodium attached to it. So this hydroxysulfonic acid salt, where sulfur atom is directly attached to the carbon atom. When these bisulfate compounds are heated with dilute acid or Na2CO3 solution, then carbonyl compound is regenerated. So here, firstly, this bisulfite compound, that is your hydroxysulfonic acid salt, where you can see this sodium is directly attached to this carbon atom. And when this bisulfite compounds, these are heated, this bisulfite compounds are heated with your sodium carbonate. When these are heated with your sodium carbonate, then again this carbonyl compound is your regenerated, means again this aldehyde is formed. So this is a reversible. Next is the second is your addition of hydrogen sulfide. Means there is a addition of hydrogen sulfide to this aldehyde or the carbonyl compound. So here you will see that all aldehydes add HCN in the presence of a base catalyst to form cyanohydrine. So here in the presence of a base catalyst, there is an addition of this hydrogen sulfide to this aldehyde, and there is a formation of the cyanohydrine. Cyanohydrine is a product that is formed from this chemical reaction. So here you will see that HCN is reacting with this base, that is OH negative, and there is a formation of a water molecule, and this CN, that is a nucleophile. This nucleophile is formed from this reaction, from this HCN plus base. So here the water molecule is formed and a cyanide ion is formed here, and this cyanide ion, when there is a slightly negative charge on the oxygen and slightly positive charge on this carbon, then this nucleophile will get attached to this carbon atom, and there is a formation of this bond between them. So here you will see this intermediate is formed. Again, the oxygen is getting the negative charge. So this negative charge will also form a bond with the electrophile. So this is a slow reaction. This is a slow reaction. And because here the bond will break fast, and then this nucleophile will attack to this carbon atom and form here. This cyanide will react with this. After that, this is the fast, that H positive will react to this O1, O part, and there is a formation of this cyanohydrine. So her cyanohydrine is formed from this reaction. So cyanohydrine can be hydrolyzed readily to alpha hydroxy acid. So this cyanohydride is hydrolyzing, and there is a formation of the alpha hydroxy acid. So here you will see this is your cyanide, or you can write like this also. Both are same. So this cyanide is hydrolyzing in the presence of the water. So from water, this H positive is removed from here, and you will see H and OH will remove out from here. So you will see that there is a formation of this alpha hydroxy acid. So alpha hydroxy acid is formed here. Alpha, because on the alpha position, there is a presence of this hydroxy group. So you will see this is your acid, this is your carboxylic acid, and neighboring carbon atom is the alpha position, alpha carbon, and on this alpha carbon, there is the presence of this hydroxy group. So this is your alpha hydroxy acid is formed here. So addition of hydrogen sulfide, firstly, the hydrogen aldehyde is reacting with this cyanide. Firstly, the cyanide, your hydrocyanide is reacted with the base catalyst, and there is a formation of the water molecule. There is a formation, and also there is a formation of the cyanide, the nucleophile. After that, this nucleophile will attack to this carbon atom, which is partially positive, and the oxygen is your partially negative. This reaction is your slow reaction, and after that there is a intermediate form. Intermediate, this ion is formed. An ion is formed here. This anion is then acidified, then this there is a formation, and this reaction is your fast reaction, and there is a formation of the cyanohydrine. The cyanohydrine can be hydrolyzed to form alpha hydroxy acid. So this cyanohydrine is hydrolyzed in the presence of the water. So there is a formation of this alpha hydroxy acid. So you will see here CH3CHO, which is your aldehyde. First, it is reacting with this cyanohydrine. Then there is a formation of this this hydrogen cyanate, and after the reaction of this both of them, there is a formation of the cyanohydrine, which is then hydrolyzed, and there is a formation of this alpha hydroxy acid. Now here this is your acid, and to this carbon is your alpha, and this is your beta. So on the alpha position, there is a presence of this hydroxy. That is why its name is your alpha hydroxy acid. Next, this is your butyl butanol. This is your butanol, and when this butanol is reacting with this hydrogen cyanide, then there is a formation of this cyanohydrine. Then the cyanohydrine is your hydrolyzed, and there is a formation of this alpha hydroxy acid. So this is the reaction of the aldehyde. There is an addition reaction. The addition is happening here. As you can see, no elimination is happening here. Nothing is eliminated from here. Only the addition is happening here. No substitution is happening here. No substitution that one is replacing the other position. That one is replaced by the other atom or the other ion. So here only addition is happening. That is why these reactions are known as your addition reaction. The third is your addition of Grignard reagent. In the third, aldehyde react with your Grignard reagent so that they form a complex dilute acid, which gives you alcohol. So Grignard reagent is your RMgX. R means your alkyl. Then this is your magnesium and halide. So this whole forms a RMgX. This is your Grignard reagent, and this when react with this carbonyl compound, this is your aldehyde. So again, this O will withdraw electron from this carbon. There is a break, they get broken, and after broken, this O get partially negative, and this will get the partially positive charge. And this negative R and this MgX is your positive. This negative R that will act as your nucleophile. This will react with this positive portion of this carbon. So it get react to this position. And after that, this MgX, this is your positive, which will get added to this oxygen position. So there is a formation of this intermediate. After that, in the presence of the This is from the dilute acid. And after that, this is reacting in the presence of the water and the HCl, and there is a formation of this alcohol. So this alcohol is formed here. This from this H2O, this H will remove out from here, this acid, H positive, and it will get react to this position, and this MgX will move out from here, and it will react with the base part of this water molecule, that is your OH negative. So there is a formation of this MgXOH, and this alcohol is formed here. So formaldehydes give primary alcohols, other aldehydes give secondary alcohol. So this formaldehyde is giving you a primary alcohol, and the other aldehydes, they give the secondary alcohol. So here you will see this is your formaldehyde, and it is giving you a primary alcohol. So here you will see this is reacting with this alkyl magnesium bromide, and from this C2H5 is your nucleophile, and this MgBr is your electrophile, and this will react with this C portion. So here this acid is formed, and this is reacting in the presence of this water molecule, and from this water, H plus and OH negative is dissociated, and there is a formation of this secondary alcohol. So here there is a formation of this because this is your acetaldehyde. So this is the other aldehyde. So this is giving you a secondary alcohol. So this secondary alcohol is formed, and MgOHBr is formed. Next, this is your formaldehyde, and this formaldehyde is reacting with this Grignard reagent. And this Grignard reagent, when this Grignard reagent, there is a formation of this acid. After that, this H positive H2O HCl is reacting with this. This complex is reacting with this H2O, and there is a formation of this primary alcohol. So there is a formation of the primary. So your formaldehyde will always give you a primary alcohol, and the other aldehyde will give you a secondary alcohol. So this is your acetaldehyde. This is giving a secondary alcohol, and the formaldehyde is just giving you a primary alcohol. So this was the example here. This is this carbonyl compound, that is your aldehyde is reacting with the Grignard reagent, and there is a formation of this acid, complex dilute acid, and after that it is hydrolyzed, and then there is a formation of this alcohol plus MgXOH. Next is your addition of ammonia. If the ammonia is added to the aldehyde, then what product will be formed? So here you will see the aldehyde except HCHO. So your formaldehyde is not reacting with the ammonia. Only other aldehydes are reacting with this ammonia. So here, in the addition of your ammonia, this aldehyde react with ammonia in order to give aldehyde ammonia. So here this is your CH3CHO, which is your acetaldehyde, and this is reacting with ammonia, and there is a formation of this amine, this hydroxyamine. This hydroxyamine is formed here. So formaldehyde. So this formaldehyde on treatment with ammonia gives hexamethyl methylene tetranine. So here you will see that this formaldehyde, when this formaldehyde is reacting with the ammonia, you can see here we have taken the 6 molecules of this formaldehyde and the 4 molecules of this ammonia, and there is a formation of this hexa, because the 6 molecule is showing hexa, methyl, methylene, tetranine. So tetra, this is tetraamine. This is your amine. So here the same is your hexamethylene tetraamine. 6 is for hexa, methyl because CH2 group is attached, tetra because N is your 4, showing 4, and this tetra, this is your amine. So this name is hexamethylene tetraamine, the 6 molecules of water molecules. So in this addition reaction, there is a loss of water. So in the addition of ammonia, aldehyde except your HCHO is reacting with the ammonia in order to give you aldehyde ammonia. So here this acetaldehyde is reacting with the ammonia, and there is a formation of this hydroxyamine amine here. So here when this your this formaldehyde is treating with this ammonia, they are giving you hexamethylene tetramine. So there is HCHO plus NH3. It's formaldehyde and ammonia, and they are reacting. They are giving you this this hexamethylene tetramine plus water molecule. So in this addition reaction, there is a loss of water molecule. So next is your fifth reaction. That is your addition of terminal alkaline. So here in the addition of terminal alkaline, so here you will see the sodium salt of terminal alkynes react with aldehydes to give alkynol. So this reaction is known as ethylation. So here this is your aldehyde, and when this is reacting with the alkynes, then they are forming your alkanylol. So here you will see this. This is your sodium salt of terminal alkene. This is the sodium salt of alkyne. So it is reacting with this aldehyde, and this is having the negative charge, and the sodium is having the positive charge. So this negative will react to this carbon atom, and this negative will react with this positive portion of the carbon, and there is a formation of this product is formed. After that, this is hydrolyzed, and there is a formation of this alkanylol. Alkanylol means it is consisting of a triple bond, as well as there is a hydroxy group also present, means OH group. Alcohol is also present. So here you will see this is your sodium salt, and this is the sodium salt, and then sodium salt is hydrolyzed, and there is a formation of this alkanylol. So this here you will see there is a presence. This OH is the name is you can see this OH is present here. That is why all is written here. Alkyne, because here triple bond is attached to this carbon. That is why its name is your alkanylol. And this reaction is known as ethynylation. This is known as ethynylation. So this reaction is the addition of terminal alkene, where the sodium salt of your terminal alkene react with your aldehyde, and they are giving you this alkanylol, and this reaction is known as your ethynylation. So next is your addition of your alcohol. When the alcohol is adding to this aldehyde. So when acetaldehyde is dissolved in methanol, it reacts to form hemiacetal, which is unstable as compared to parent aldehyde. So here, when aldehyde, this is your acetaldehyde, it is reacting with this methanol, and this methanol, there is a formation of this hemiacetal. This is your hemiacetal form. It is an unstable formation of as compared to parent aldehyde. This is the unstable form. So the rate of formation of hemiacetal is greatly increased either by acid or by base. So the formation of this hemiacetal is increased by the addition of this acid or by the base, the rate of formation of this hemiacetal. Next, acid catalyst increases electrophilicity of carbonyl. So here you will see this is your acid catalyst. This is increasing the electrophilicity of the carbonyl. So here you will see this is formed OH2. This will remove out from here. And Me, this is a methanol, and this is reacting to this portion. So there is a formation of this hemiacetal. Next, base catalyst increases nucleophilicity. Acid catalyst is increasing the electrophilicity. This is increasing the electrophilicity of carbonyl, which means this carbon electrophilicity. Here, electrophilicity is increasing. And this base catalyst is increasing the nucleophilicity, on this carbon atom. So here the base catalyst is increasing the nucleophilicity of alcohol by removing the OH proton before it attacks the CO group. So here this OH is removing, and this OH base is removing this H from here, and there is a nucleophile is formed, and this nucleophile is then attached to this carbon atom. This is attacking to this carbon atom. So here it is, this base catalyst is increasing the nucleophilicity of alcohol, and by removing the OH proton before it attacks the CO. So there is a formation of this hemiacetal. So here hemiacetal is formed. In both the hemiacetal is formed, but both of them is the acid catalyst as well as the base catalyst are increasing the increasing the electrophilicity as well as the nucleophilicity of this carbonyl. Here it is increasing, this base is increasing the nucleophilicity of this alcohol. It is increasing the nucleophilicity of this alcohol. By removing, by the base is reacting this H, and this O is withdrawing the electron, and this base, that is your OH negative, that is reacting with this H, and there is a formation of this water molecule. So this MEO, that is a nucleophile, is attacking this carbonyl carbon that is having the partial positive charge. After that, you will see from this base, this H is again removed out from here. It will take its electron, and this H will react to this oxygen that is having the negative charge. So this nucleophile will attack to this, and there is a formation of this hemiacetal. Next, hemiacetals are unstable. Here, acid or base catalyst, not only formation of hemiacetal, but also decomposition them into aldehyde. So here, hemiacetals are your unstable. So here, acid as well as your base catalyst, they are not only helping the formation of hemiacetal, but also decomposing them into the aldehyde. So here you will see that this hemiacetal, this acid catalyst, this is your H positive. After that, there is a formation of this carbonyl compound. This aldehyde is forming here. So it is decomposing into this aldehyde. So there reversible reaction is happening here. So this hemiacetal, this is acid. This acid then react with this oxygen, which is having the lone pair. That is why the H is having the, O is having the positive charge. So this O is having the positive charge. So this, they will withdraw electron from here. They will withdraw the electron from here, and there is a formation of this MEOH. This is your methanol that in first they are reacted to this carbon. So here the methanol is removed from here, and after that this oxygen is having the lone pair. This lone pair will form a bond with this carbon atom. So this carbon is having a bond with this oxygen atom, and now the oxygen is having the positive charge. There will be, then this hydrogen will remove out from here, and there is a formation of this aldehyde. So this aldehyde is formed here. Next, the base. Then base is reacting with this H portion. The base is reacting with this H portion, and here you will this. So here, here you will see the oxygen will get its electron, and after that there is a formation of this carbonyl compound, and this will remove out from here. So there is a formation of this bond, and this H will also remove out from here. Next is your, when catalytic acid is added to acetaldehyde methanol mixture, rate of reaction increases, and two equivalents of alcohol are added to aldehyde. They form new class of compound called acetal. So here, when the catalytic acid is added to the acetaldehyde and methanol mixture, so here the rate of reaction is increases, and two equivalents of your alcohols are added to the aldehyde, and they form a new class of compound that is called acetal. That is your hemiacetal, means half acetal. So now the full acetal is formed here. So here the full acetal is formed due to the presence of the H positive, that is your acid catalyst. So here firstly this methanol will react here. There is a formation of this hemiacetal. After that again the catalyst is added here, and this catalyst is due to this catalyst, this MEOH, this will react with this carbon atom. So here you will see, and this OH will remove out from here, and there is a formation of this water molecule. And you will see here the acetal is formed. So here two equivalent of alcohols are added to the aldehyde. So these two equivalents of alcohols are added to this aldehyde, and there is a formation of new class of compound that is your acetal. So this acetal is formed here. So here you will see the mechanism. In the mechanism, you will see that this carbon is having the CH3H OH, and this is having the OH H, and this is OME. And then when it is again reacting, this water molecule is removing out from here, and there is a formation of this double bond. And this again, there is a reaction of this MEOH. MEOH is reacting to this carbon atom, and this oxygen is withdrawing electrons from here. And there it will form a OMe. This OMe is formed, and this OMe will react to this position, and there is a formation of this acetal. As you can see here, this after this reaction is happening here. So here there will be no positive charges on this oxygen atom, and now this MEOH is reacted here, OMeH, and after the removal of this hydrogen from here, this acetal is formed here. So this is the mechanism of this reaction. Next is the addition of your mercaptans. So this mercaptans involves thioalcohols. So this thioalcohols, there is addition of this mercaptans, and aldehyde condenses with the thioalcohols, that is your mercaptans, in the presence of your HCl to form mercaptals. So this is your formation of this mercaptals. So this aldehyde is condensing with this thioalcohols, and there is a formation of this. There is a formation of this mercaptals are formed here in the presence of the HCl, and water molecule is withdrawal out from here. So these 7 reactions were the your addition reactions, in which we have studied the formation of your hemiacetal plus your addition of your mercaptans, as well as more reactions for your addition of your terminal alkanines, addition of alcohol. After the addition of the alcohol, there is a formation of a hemiacetal, as well as there is a formation of your acetal. Next is the addition of ammonia, addition of Grignard reagents, addition of hydrogen cyanide, and as well as addition of your sodium bisulfite. So these are all the addition reactions we have studied in this aldehyde. Now we will study about the addition of addition reaction that are followed by the elimination. Means here, if there will be addition of some reagent into this aldehyde, and there is also the elimination of some atom or some group from this. So here the addition reaction of aldehyde often followed by the loss of water molecule. This gives the reaction known as addition, elimination, or condensation. The important reaction in continuous of this addition reaction given by aldehydes are: firstly, the addition of your ammonia derivative. So aldehydes combined with various compounds of Y, that's NH2. Y here means NH2 hydrogens. NH2 is your hydrogen, and OH C6H5NH to form carbon nitrogen double bonded compounds, and the water molecule is eliminated from here. So here you will see this NH2 is bonded by this Y, and the carbonyl compound is given, which is your aldehyde, and this carbon is having the partially positive, having partially negative charge. So this NH2 is reacted, which is acting as a nucleophile, is reacted to this carbon atom. After that, the proton transfer here occur, and this H will remove out from here, and this will react with this O. So here this proton is transferred from here to here, and this is an unstable compound is formed. After that, this H is removed out from here. This all OH and this H is removed out from here, and this product is formed from here. So here and water molecules. So here there is the elimination of the water molecules is happening, and the addition of these compounds are happening. Next, the hydroxyl amount. So here NH2OH form oximes with carbonyl compound. So here the carbonyl compound is the aldehyde. When this hydroxyl amine that is adding to this aldehyde, then there is a formation of this aldoxym. Here we have taken the example of your CH3CHO, that is your acetaldehyde, which is reacting with this hydroxyl oxime, and there is a formation of this acetaldehyde oxime, plus water molecule is eliminated from here. So this is the elimination. Here adding is also happening at the same time, and a removal is also happening. So elimination is also happening. So this is your addition elimination reaction. N substituted hydroxylamine forms nitrogen, which show 1,3 addition reaction. So here you will see this is your N substituted hydroxylamine, which are reacting with this aldehyde, and there is a formation of this 1,3 addition reaction. Next is your hydrogens. This NH2 is your hydrogen. When it will react with the carbonyl compound, it will form hydrogens or agenes. So this is your aldehyde, and then it is reacting with this hydrogen. This water molecule will remove out from here, and there is a formation of this hydrogens. And after that, again the aldehyde is reacting with this, and there is a removal of this water molecule, and there is a formation of this azine. So this water molecule is eliminated from this, and there is a formation of this azine. So here we have taken the example of your acetaldehyde. When it is reacting with this hydrogen, water molecules remove out from here, and there is a formation of your hydrogen. So hydrogen is reacting with the second molecule of your aldehyde, and there is a removal of the water molecule, and the azine is formed. Next is your phenyl hydrogen, forms phenyl hydrogen with your carbonyl compounds. So here this aldehyde is reacting with this phenyl hydrogen, and the water molecule is removed out from here, and there is a formation of this phenyl hydrogen. Phenyl hydrogen is formed here. So here we have taken the product that is your reactant, that is your acetaldehyde, and when this is reacting with this phenyl hydrogen, then there is a removal of this, elimination of this water, or you can say the removal of water molecule. So here, from here, this removal or the elimination of water molecules happening, and there is a formation of this phenyl hydrogen. So here you can see this H2O is removed, H2O plus H2, and this O is removed out of here, and there is a formation of this NH. Now the carbonyl compound reacts with the semi-carbazide, that is your NH2, NHCO, NH2, and there is a formation of this semi-carbazone. So here you will see this RCOH will form react with this semi-carbazide, and there is a removal of water molecule, and there is a formation of this semi-carbazone. So this semi-carbazone is formed here. This is your aldehyde, acetaldehyde, and when it is reacting with this carbazides, and the water molecule is eliminated from this reaction, and there is a formation of the semi-carbazone is formed here. So from here also the same H2O is removed out, and there is a formation of this semi-carbazone. Next is your 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrogen DNP brandy reaction, react with the carbonyl compound, and it will form the 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrogen. So DNP, this reaction is known as your Brady reaction, and in this you will see that this aldehyde is reacting with this dinitrophenyl hydrogen, and there is a formation of this 2,4 on the second position nitro, as well as on the fourth position nitro is present, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is your 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrogen. So acetaldehyde is reacting with this dinitrophenyl hydrazine, and this is there is elimination of water molecule from here, and there is a formation of this 2,4-dinitrophenyl. So this oximes and hydrogen regenerate carbonyl compound when refluxed with dilute hydrochloric acid. So regeneration from phenyl hydrogen is difficult. So this oximes and hydrogen regenerate. So the oximes and the hydrogen, they will again regenerate the carbonyl compound. This carbonyl compound is formed from this oxime and hydrogen. Then they are refluxed with the dilute hydrochloric acid. So from there is a regeneration from this phenyl hydrogen. The regeneration from this phenyl hydrogen is difficult of this carbonyl compound. Next is your phosphorus pentachloride react with the simple carbonyl compound, so that there is a formation of 1,1-dichloride. So here you will see the phosphorus pentachloride is reacting with this PCl5. This is your phosphorus pentachloride, and there is a formation of this dichloride. This dichloride is formed here. So plus POCl Cl is also formed here. So here you will see that this acetaldehyde is reacting with this pentachloride, and there is a formation of this dichloride, 1,1-dichloride, ethyl. Ethane. This is your ethane, 1,1-dichloride ethane. So next is your 10th reaction, that is the aldehyde is reacting with the aliphatic primary amines, and there is a formation of this LG-amines. So here aldehyde is reacting with this primary amine, and there is a formation of this LD amine. So here you will see this is a aldehyde, and this is reacting with this amine, primary amine, and there is a removal of the water molecule. And after that, this product is formed here. After that, from here also, this intermediate, from the intermediate, the water molecule is removed out, and there is a formation of this algene. Next, the reduction reaction. So the reduction reaction of aldehydes can be reduced to alcohol. So the aldehydes can be reduced to alcohol. In continuation to other reactions as discussed above, the reduction reactions are being discussed as follows. So this is the 11th reaction, that is the aldehyde is reducing to the alcohol. So this aldehyde is reduced in the presence of hydrogen gas, in the presence of a nickel catalyst or your platinum catalyst. So here the alcohol is formed. So this is your acetaldehyde. It is with this hydrogen gas, and after that, in the presence of a nickel catalyst, there is a formation of this alcohol. So if both double bond and carbonyl groups are present, then either both are hydrogenated or potentially double bond is hydrogenated, leaving carbonyl group intact. So here you will see, if both double bond as well as a carbonyl group is present, then there will be a hydrogenation, or on the hydrogenation, there is a hydrogenation on this double bond, and this carbonyl group will remain as it is. So here you will see this double bond get hydrogenated, and there is a formation from this double bond is transformed into a single bond in the presence of your nickel and at 25 degrees centigrade. Same here, you will see. But here you will see the both this alcohol, aldehyde as well as this double bond is get, because here the alcohol is formed as well as the it is transformed into the alkane. So some metal hydrides as LAH, lithium aluminum hydride, LiAlH, that is a lithium aluminum hydride in anhydrous, either or PHF solvent or your NaBH4, that is a sodium bromohydride, borohydride in water or alcohol as a solvent can be used as your reducing agent. So here you will see this aldehyde is reacting with this lithium aluminum hydride, and there is a formation of this CO negative, and this alcohol is formed here. Each hydride ion can produce one carbonyl group. So this aldehyde is reacting with this bromohydride. So here there is a formation of the alcohol. This alcohol is formed here. So aldehyde can be reduced to corresponding alcohols by dissolving aldehyde in isopropyl alcohol containing aluminum isopropoxide. Here isopropyl alcohol is converted to your acetone. This reactant is your Mirvin-Kondrov-Verley reaction, MBP reduction reaction. So in this you will see the aldehyde is reacting in the presence of your alcohol, and this is your alcohol and containing aluminium. This is aluminum isopropoxide, and here this is converted to your acetone. So this aldehyde is converting it into the acetone plus your alcohol. So here you will see this is your acetaldehyde, and this is your alcohol, and this is your aluminum isopropoxide, and this is converting into your ketone and plus your alcohol. So this is the mechanism of this reaction. So here you will see the alcohol, this ketone is formed here, as well as this alcohol is formed here. Next, reduction to hydrocarbon. So carbonyl compound is reduced to methylene group by using zinc amalgam and your hydrochloric acid, and this reaction is called your Clemengen reaction. So here you will see the aldehyde is reacting in the presence of your zinc plus zinc amalgam and your HCl, and there is a formation of this alkane. So here in the reaction, carbonyl compound group is reduced to CH2 group. Ketone are more effective than aldehyde in this reduction. The mercury alloyed with the zinc does not participate in the reaction. It serves only to provide clean active metal surface. Sometimes alcohol may be used in the solvent in Clemengen reduction. So here the mercury that is used in this reaction remain as it is, but it also acts as a clean active metal surface. So here you will see this aldehyde is reduced to the CH2 group. So here this ethane or this alkane is formed here. This is the mechanism of this reaction. So this aldehyde is reacting with this zinc amalgam and the concentrated HCl. So this is formed here. So oxidation reaction. So here the first reaction of this oxidizing, it is present in the potassium dichromate in the sulfuric acid. So there is a formation of this carboxylic group. So this acetaldehyde is oxidized into the acetic acid. Next is your formaldehyde in the presence of your potassium dichromate in the presence of your H2SO4 is oxidized in the formic acid. Secondly, aldehyde with methyl or methylene group adjacent to carbonyl group are oxidized to dicarbonyl compound by selenium oxide. So here acetaldehyde is reacting with this this selenium oxide, and there is a formation of this aldehyde. Mild oxidizing agents like toluene reagents, phthalate solutions. So these are used alkaline solution of cupric ions or banditic solutions. These are used as oxidizing. So here you will see the acetaldehyde in the presence of the toluene reagent. This salt is formed here. Benzaldehyde gives positive test with toluene reagent, but not with phthalate and banditic solution because of positive resonance effect of benzene ring, which make CH bonds stronger, and weak oxidizing agents like phthalate banditic solution could not be oxidized aromatic aldehyde. So next are the questions. So the primary alcohol is generally heated to produce aldehyde in presence of acidified solution of which of the following compound? That is your dichromate. In the carbonyl group, oxygen atom has high electronegativity, which make it polarized. Hydrogen react following addition reactions. Aldehydes and ketone. Hydrogen cyanide is a highly toxic, is a colorless, and have smell of alcohol also, all of the above. On heating calcium acetate and calcium formate, the product formed is which of the following? That is the aldehyde plus your CaCO3, calcium carbonate. HCl undergo nucleophilic addition reaction to give a product of hydroxynitrile. Catalyst SnCl2's HCl is used in which of the following method of synthesis of aldehyde? That is a Stephan reduction. Next is your, chemical reaction between carbonyl compound are condensing reaction. Ninth is your CH3, CH2, 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 CH2 is a formula for methanol, propanol, butanol, or pentanol. This is your pentanol. The reduction reaction of carbonyl compound are known to be nucleophilic addition. So these are some of the references from where you will study this chemical reaction of aldehyde, which are using this addition from as well as your elimination, followed by your elimination, reduction, as well as your reduction, as well as your oxidation. So you can study this topic. And thank you so much for your today's lecture.